Good afternoon, Miss. My name is Nakasi Bovell, and today I will be presenting my argument on the topic teachers pay with terms and conditions. Specifically, I will be addressing the question: should teachers' pay raises be tied to measurable indicators such as student performance and classroom outcomes? My argument is classical, meaning I take a clear position, support it with evidence, and address the other side. Let's get into it. Before I dive in, let me quickly walk you through what I will be covering today. I will start by stating my position on the topic, then explain who this argument is for and why it matters. From there, I will present my three main arguments, respond to the opposing side, and close with a call to action for policy makers. Intended audience. Now, who am I speaking to? Education policymakers, and school board administrators. Now, these are the people who actually sit at a table and decide how teachers get paid. This audience matter because real change only happens when the right people are convinced to act differently. Rational. So why does this topic matters right now? Because this is not just a debate, it is happening. Many school systems around the world, including right here, are actively reviewing how teachers are evaluated and compensated. At the same time, we are seeing shortages grow and more pressure than ever on schools to show measurable results. The decisions being made today will shape who enters the teaching profession, who stays, and ultimately what kind of education our children receive. This is why this conversation cannot wait. Thesis statement. The question my essay addresses is this: should teacher pay raises be tied to measurable indicators like student test scores and classroom outcomes? My answer is no. My thesis is clear, although performance based pay is promoted as a tool for accountability. Tying teachers' salaries to student results is unfair because it ignores inequality and does not reflect a teacher's true impact. This is the argument I will be building today. Main claims. My first argument is the standardized metrics are simply too narrow to measure what a teacher truly does. Think about it. A test score can tell you if a student passed on an exam, but it cannot tell you if a teacher spent weeks rebuilding a struggling student's confidence. It cannot measure creativity, emotional growth, critical thinking, or a student's love of learning. Now, Darlene Hammond research make this clear. Teachers' effectiveness includes social emotional support, curriculum design, and differentiated instruction, none of which show up on a score sheet. And here is the thing: a teacher's real impact is often not visible until years after a student leaves their classroom. My second argument is performance based pay creates harmful incentives that actually hurt students. When a teacher's salary depends on test score, the logical response is to teach to the test, to drill students on exam techniques rather than helping them truly understand the subject. Even worse, experienced teachers start avoiding low income schools where scores are harder to achieve and move to well resourced schools where results are easier. This makes inequality worse, not better, and the evidence backs this up. The Nashville study by Springer and colleagues found that performance bonuses produce absolutely no significant improvement in students' achievement. The harm is real, but the benefit is not there. My third and final argument is this: student performance is shaped by far more than what happens inside a classroom. Poverty, food insecurity, family instability, mental health challenges, these are among the strongest predators of how a student performs academically. A brilliant, dedicated teacher working in a low income community may do extraordinary work every single day, and yet their student scores will still reflect those difficult circumstances. Cutting that teacher's pay because of results they do not control is not accountability, it is injustice. Counter argument. Now, let me be fair and address the other side because supporters of performance pay do raise some valid points. They argue that the current system rewards serenity over effectiveness. And that is a fair concern. They say financial incentive motivate teachers. Also understandable. And Horncheck agrees that rewarding teachers' quality could attract stronger candidates to the profession. I respect those agreements, but here is my response. Accountability does not require a punitive pay system. It can be achieved through classroom observation, peer review, and professional development. Research research constantly shows that teachers are driven by passion, not bonuses, and talent is attracted by competitive based salaries, not an unpredictable system where your income depends on your students' family income. Call to order. Call to action. So, what do I want policymakers to do? I am calling on them to invest in competitive base salaries, use extra holistic evaluation system, give extra support give extra support and compensation to teachers serving high need communities, and stop placing the burden on systematic inequality on individual teacher. A system that truly values education must truly value its educators. Thank you. These are the academic sources that supported my arguments today. Thank you for your time, and I am happy to take any questions. Thank you.